In this video, we are going to compute a limit. So we have a function f of x equals the absolute value of x minus 16 divided by x minus 16. And we want to find the limit as x goes to 16 of this function if it exists. The way we solve this problem is we have to look at the left-handed limit and the right-handed limit. So we need to compute the limit as x goes to 16 from the positive side of the absolute value of x minus 16 divided by x minus 16. And we also need to compute the limit as x goes to 16 from the negative side, absolute value of x minus 16 divided by x minus 16. And the limit as x goes to 16 is going to exist if both of these limits exist and they are equal to the same value. All right, so let's look at this first function. And what we need to recognize is x is always bigger. It's close to 16, but it's always a little bigger than 16, which means that x minus 16 is always positive. If we take the absolute value of a positive number, we just get that number. So this is equal to the limit as x goes to 16 from the positive side of x minus 16 divided by x minus 16. We can divide both of these. We're never actually equal. When we're taking a limit, we're never set the function equal to exactly the number, so we're not dividing by 0. So this is equal to the limit as x goes to 16 from the positive side of 1, which of course is just 1. Now let's look at our other limit. Our other limit is x goes to 16 from the negative side of x minus 16, the absolute value, divided by x minus 16. Now we know that x is always a little bit less than 16, which means this number inside the absolute value sign is negative. If we take the absolute value of negative sign, we get the positive of that, which is simply the opposite of the function. So we have negative x minus 16 divided by x minus 16. Once again, we can divide because we're not dividing by 0. And we get limit as x goes to 16 from the negative side of negative 1. So this is equal to negative 1. And now we see the limit from the right, from the positive side is 1. The limit from the left, or the negative side, is negative 1, which means that the limit as x goes to 16 of the absolute value of x minus 16 divided by x minus 16 does not exist.